thank you very much. Thank you for being here. We're going to start with our first panel, which is our what's changing locally. And what we mean by that is, what are our new sites? Who are the new people in our community who are coming in? Some of them are programs that have been around a long time, but they have a lot of new faces in them. And others are brand new programs that are popping up around the state and the world. And so we're going to start with that panel. I'm going to invite those people to begin this conference and get us going.
All righty. Yeah.
Nice job, Coach.
Okay, so you're on, and so okay, you Clase Mágica guys are leading us off.
All right.
You're our lead up hitters.
All right. Thank you, Roy.
I think it's just the little arrow to the side.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Caren Holtzman, and I am.
Stand here just for the recording purposes.
Okay.
We can also give you the handheld if you guys want to. Just have to turn it on.
Okay. I think I'll just stand still right here. My name is Caren Holtzman. I'm the director of the Partners at Learning program at UCSD and the Department of Education Studies, and we are very pleased to be partnering with La Clase Mágica and La Colonia de Eden Gardens. I'm going to tell you very briefly about PAL, and then I'll turn it over to my colleagues. So PAL is the Partners at Learning program. It's the largest service learning program at UCSD. We have about 500 undergraduates a year who take our PAL classes. We have 8 different PAL classes that we offer to our students. We get students from all different colleges, all different majors who are interested in working in the community, working with students, learning about the culturally and linguistically diverse populations in San Diego County. And we take a social justice approach to our work, so we really want to collaborate with our partners at schools and communities and work together to impact positive change. We work with over 40 different schools and community organizations. We focus on schools and communities that don't have large college-going populations so that we can provide college role models to them and give them a direct college connection. As I said, we work with UCSD undergraduates from all colleges and all majors, so we have a wide open door. And by doing that, we're able to serve a lot of our students by offering them the opportunity to minor in education studies, to major in education studies, to pursue fields of research and teaching. And we also serve our department by attracting students who maybe weren't thinking about the field of education until they take a PAL class and then realize that they enjoy it. And then we also serve our university by sending a lot of really amazing undergraduates out into the community to do a lot of good work. So we're really excited to be here and to participate with all of you. And I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Amy, to talk about the research.
I'm on, right? Yeah. Thanks, Caren. So La Colonia de Eden Gardens and La Clase Mágica have been going on for a very long time. So when I'm Dr. Amy Bintliff, and I'm a developmental psychologist, former teacher who went back and got my PhD in developmental psychology. And one of the things that we did right away is kind of inheriting a program was to sit down and ask, what do you want researched? Because a lot of research has gone on with La Clase Mágica for years. And one of the things that came up is wrapped around the family engagement to these after-school programs. So how are our families participating? The study that will begin this spring is answering the question, in what ways are mothers supported and transformed through one of the support group gatherings that mothers attend monthly, and many of those mothers have children within La Clase Mágica. So we're looking at what transformative change happens with the mothers that are participating in this group. We're also interested in fathers and how can we get fathers more engaged. So right now, I go to the events that are wonderful, and I count fathers. How many are there? And over the next 2 years, we're hoping to be able to do things that will pull some more dads into the program. And then one of the things that we're hoping to start to build is they run a wonderful summer camp, and looking at what methods, activities, and pedagogies facilitate positive youth and positive ethnic development, because that's really happening, but that part of the program hasn't been researched yet. So I'm writing lots of IRBs and getting in the process of kind of looking at these new overarching themes. Oh, and then we have one big one with all of our PAL students at all of their sites on how the things that they're doing in the community, what's happening with their cultural competency by going out into different cultures and experiencing that.
Thank you, Amy. Hi, I'm Manny Aguilar. Is this on? Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm the president and board chair of La Colonia Gardens, and we have a number of different programs. We'll be having these little flyers on everybody's table shortly, maybe at the break, so you can kind of get a sense. But really, our model, we came up with this model when we were preparing to meet with UCSD again, because if you can see across the bottom, these are all the programs and partners that we have, and our goal is to find ways to support our youth and families, and also guide them through La Clase Mágica and through our other programs to high school, to trade schools, to community college, and ultimately to state and university programs like UCSD, because we think that through this type of model, using the values that the university has and our values in green, trying to create a whole person, trying to create a child and family that understands that when they're when they're at the program and they're on their electronic device, it's not appropriate and it's not respectful, because other kids are trying to learn. Or if they're understanding that being of service is so important, so that we can give back and be grateful and be in gratitude. So with that, that's kind of the bigger model that we're looking at. I'm going to turn it over to Karla. Karla is our program and marketing director for the organization, and she has a hand in all of this, but she's also a Miracosta student and a UCSD student in the cross enrollment program, which is something we really want you to know about, because we're trying to get our Miracosta and community college students to know that they can take UC courses at Miracosta fees, and it's very enriching, because we've got Miracosta students working with UCSD students, and our volunteers. It's very powerful, and we're hoping to find a way to. We're in transition. We're hoping to find a way to continue to strengthen it. So with that, I'll give it to Karla. Yes.
Hello, everyone. It's good to see you again. I'm gonna stand back. I don't know. Does this work? So this year, what's new this year? What's changing, right? How are we engaging? Well, what's new is that somehow, through the grace of the universe, I found my way to UCSD. And I found my way to Caren and Amy and the PAL program, thanks to UC Links. Thank you very much for bringing us together. I'm enrolled at UCSD now through the cross enrollment program. But get this, I paid like $48 a unit to go to UCSD, right? And a lot of people, a lot of students don't know that. But here's the crazy part: my community college was trying to get me to go to another university that I have no interest in. So they're really not trying to send kids to UCSD at all. But that's what I'm doing with the community. That's what I'm doing with the university. I'm so very grateful to have met Amy and Caren, because guess what? This person right here, who's all anthropology and I only want to learn biology, is now going to minor in education because
get 'em
of
in,
them,
okay?
right?
Get 'em in now.
But here's the deal. If anybody has connections with the people who figure out who's going to go to the universities, talk to them for me. Okay? Because I really want to stay at UCSD, but I also applied to UC Berkeley and UC Irvine. So if anybody knows any connections, please help. But the other thing is like we have like 4 programs. And last year I was not part of La Clase Mágica. I was just coming in because of the work that I do with the foundation. This year I'm engaged with La Clase Mágica because I'm a student at UCSD, and because of UCSD, I'm engaged with La Clase Mágica. So what I'm doing is I'm bringing art to La Clase Mágica because those kids need to be engaged. Those kids need to have students because the students that come from the Pell program are really helping to engage these kids. And I think you guys know, right, at your sites, like those kids are balls of energy. Those kids want to learn, but those kids need to be guided. They need to be guided. And for me, yes, it's very important for them to be academic people, right, like me, because like I want them to be professors and really awesome students that do work in the field. But my focus, Karla's focus, is to make those kids, to make them understand that it's not just academics. You need to be able to say, please, thank you, you're welcome, how are you? And I'm very happy to know all of you. That's what I'm trying to do.
And we have a video that we'll share with all of you too that highlights some of the wonderful work that they've been doing throughout the year.
That was the timer. Charles forgot to introduce my bad guy role.
That's okay.
I am the timer. So that was your timer.
Do we have time to show the video or no?
How long is the video?
It's about 2-3 minutes, I think.
Well, we have 2 other.
Okay, that
Cool, but
sounds
also
good.
the videos are all on the Google
Yeah,
Drive.
cool.
So everybody can access the videos and all the presentations.
So thank you. Thank you for listening to us.
Are we going in order?
Yes.
I was gonna say that they can share their video now if they'd like to. I'll be short. So okay. Take some of my time if you want to. Thank you. Thank you very much. Or pick one.
Okay, don't leave me hanging with technology here. I'm hoping this is going to work.
Hi, my name is Susanna Romero-Reiss. I'm the program coordinator for La Clase Mágica. La Clase Mágica is a multi-generational and multicultural after-school program that serves kindergarten through 12th grade youth in Solana Beach and surrounding communities with the support of our community partners. UCSD and Mira Costa undergrads serve as mentors, facilitating play and helping to encourage our students as socially responsible members of their communities. Mission Circle is a group of dedicated volunteers from St. James who provide homework help. Students from Westview Robotics bring weekly activities to share, and they also secured grants for our students to participate in First Lego Leagues teams. With the support of La Colonia de Eden Gardens, the sense of community at La Clase Mágica feels stronger than ever. We are so thankful and proud to be a part of their team. Thank you. Looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow.
All right, everybody, you should have some paper to take notes on this. Now, I've been telling you.
That's too funny. Okay, that's fine. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to be short. My name is Ananda Marin. I'm an assistant professor at UCLA, and I partner with Dr. Marjorie Oriana in the B Club program, an after-school play-based program that's connected with an undergraduate course. And one of our other partners is in the room, Janelle. She's sitting back there, so I just want to call her out. So I'm just going to take this time because I'm new to the UC Links community to introduce myself. As I begin, I want to recognize my status as a visitor in the homelands and territory of the Ohlone people, and recognize also that this is urban indigenous land and has always been. What you might want to know about me is that I identify as a woman of mixed descent. I'm Choctaw and African American on my father's side, and European American on my mother's side. I was born and raised in the Chicago area, so I'm a Midwestern girl, and I see that as my home. So I've been at UCLA this is my 4th year, and for the last 2 years I've been working with Dr. Marjorie Oriana. And I think part of the reason why we've collaborated is because we both have a shared interest in informal and after-school learning spaces and working with young kids and families and creating intergenerational contexts for learning. Before coming to UCLA, most of my work was in collaboration with the American Indian Center at Chicago, designing after-school, outdoors, place-based learning environments. And so what I bring to Bruin Club and to the M194 class, if we're thinking about, for undergrads, if we're thinking about change, is a perspective on participatory design research and a perspective on nature-culture relations and indigenous epistemologies. So last year, I collaborated with Marjorie to bring in a theater and performance artist to think about the role of the body and movement and place and space and learning. And what that involved was engaging in ensemble performance activities with the undergraduates to hopefully promote and facilitate new ways of seeing the body and space and learning. So this year we're going to be doing a retrospective analysis of that experience and to see what principles were kind of embedded in the work we did and how that took shape in the after-school space. In terms of like basic research, I'm really interested thinking about some of Barbara Rogoff's work on how kids engage in wide keen attention. And so part of what I'm looking at in the video research that we've done is how we've set up this space so that kids can move from the indoors to the outdoors and what that means for how they coordinate attention and observation and think about their place. So that's it. Thank you for having me here. I look forward to meeting folks.